There we go. Pickerel. Is a pickerel. Oh, bass came up and out of the depths and hit it right at the bank. Here's the fish. All right, people, welcome back to another episode. I just parked my car and I'm about to explore a new spot today. It's a system that I've kind of fished before, you know, different little backwaters and creeks that kind of connect to it over the years. This is going to be a new area. It's kind of like a river, but it's sort of the very beginning of the river, so it's really more like a creek. So this is going to just be kind of like a, you know, ultralight, multi-species type of situation out here. So I'm going to make my way to the spot, and you know, once I get there, you'll get a better idea of what we're dealing with, and what the fishing is gonna be like today. So with that being said, you never know until you throw. So let's go. All right, people. So this is the situation we're dealing with here. We got pretty clear, shallow water here in this stream. Lots of vegetation and grass growing along the edges here. Got the ultralight set up. You know, I actually came out here with the medium spinning set up at first. But once I saw the water, I knew this was more of an ultralight situation. So went back, got the ultralight, got this Rebel Crickhopper tied on. I've seen some insects and grasshoppers and stuff in the grass and in the vegetation here along the bank flying around. So maybe there's a chance that some of the fish in here have been kind of keyed in on them. So I'm gonna make a few casts around this area, not many, just kind of near that fallen log and maybe a little bit beyond it. Then we're just gonna keep on moving upstream a little bit and see if we can run into any fish. I saw a baby pickerel, saw some bluegill and redbreasts, and a bass as well that were all of, not huge, but like good for a creek, you know. I think we had a couple of little tiny fish try to swipe at it. Yeah, there's some small, teeny tiny little sunfish looking at it. I need to find deeper water before we can really start, you know, having a good chance of catching anything decent. Oh, man. I think two fish collided into each other trying to get it. And as a result, neither of them got hooked up. Looked like two sunfish, maybe redbreast. There's a fish. Had to fix my line. And there's our first fish of the day, a little redbreast from the creek. You know, not that big, but good colors on this one. It's kind of what I was expecting to find out here today. Just some little sunfish, maybe some other species as well. Pretty redbreast there, great colors, probably 5 inches. Get a picture of this guy and get them out of here. Good way to start. You know, they kept blowing up and blowing up. I figured it was only a matter of time. And we were I was working out a line tangle, really, when that fish hit. Not a bad start to the day. Not bad at all, people. Let's get this guy out of here. Appreciate you, Mr. Redbreast. Appreciate you. There's one. Bluegill this time. 2 catches, 2 species. But there we go, fish number 2, little bluegill. Definitely this little deep spot has some panfish at least holding in it, so keep casting around here. Thanks, little guy. Not quite as big as the redbreast. I had one grab it, but not get the hooks. There we go. It's a bass. Oh, stay hooked, bud. Good fighter. Not that big, but good fighter. Nice. Okay, now we're talking, people. I actually don't catch that many bass on this lure, but that's a decent little creek fish right there. Wasn't hooked particularly well, but got him in. That's a healthy fish, probably around 10 inches. That's good for a creek. That's very good for a creek. Nice. I don't think this area gets a whole lot of fishing pressure. These fish seem fairly aggressive, you know, if you can get it close enough to them, get them to react to it, they're hitting it. So I'm gonna get a picture of this little creek largemouth bass and get him back. Thanks for biting, Mr. Creek Bass, Mr. Largemouth Bass. Get you back taking care of business down here. Thank you very much. Nice, that's one of the biggest fish I've seen so far. And hit that Crickhopper. Cool. Very cool. There we go. Pickerel. I think that was what we saw. Oh, he got off. It's hard to keep a pickerel hooked on with these really small trebles. Wish we could have landed him, but that's okay. It's not like it was a big fish. Probably should have checked my line though. I'm gonna do that after this cast. Make sure it didn't fray me too badly. There's one. Head on the surface. Another redbreast. Saw him take it off the surface. I also saw something else bigger, maybe another pickerel, come out and look at it. We're getting close to getting those reactions on these fish. Hopefully we'll be able to land a pickerel eventually. Second redbreast of the day. We're up to 3 species already. It's pretty good for a creek, you know, this early on. Maybe we can get that pickerel and then maybe something else to show up and get a few more species. That's kind of the expectation today, you know, just seeing what will bite out here in these small waters. Always interesting to explore and see what's out there. Appreciate you, Mr. Redbreast. Let me get a picture of you. See you, bud. Keeping me entertained at least, right? Oh, here's a nicer bass. Almost. I'm gonna stay absolutely still because he's right in front of me. Gonna let him kind of go back and do his thing before we make another cast. This is an interesting creek. Got him. I think. Stay hooked, buddy. These are some small hooks. Got him. Nice. Good bass. Good bass, people. Wow, good one for a creek. Awesome. That was the one we had seen. Somehow he didn't notice us, but that other fish, whatever it was, I think it was a pickerel, saw us from so far off and fled the scene before we could even make a cast in here. I mean, look at that, people. Look how he ate that crickhopper. There we go. Yeah, those little hooks. Got a little lucky there. Glad we didn't have to fight that fish much longer. That's like a 12-inch bass from the creek, from this little creek. Excellent catch. Excellent catch out here, people. Beautiful bass. Beautiful largemouth bass here out of the creek. I want to get a picture of this guy and send him back. That's our biggest fish of the day so far. Fun. That was definitely the one that we saw. And we just, you know, cast the lure beyond him and started burning it back, and it was getting attention from all the other little fish in here, and he went for it. All right, let's send him back, people. Beautiful bass here. Beautiful creek bass. Love to see that. Love to see a beautiful creek bass. There we go. There we go. Wow. Nice one. Nice fish there. All right, people, so this is the biggest expanse of water that I've seen so far. Should hold some fish here. You know, this is probably one of the only bigger deep holes for a while, I'm assuming. So probably gonna spend a good amount of time working this area over. Gonna keep throwing the Crickhopper for the time being. It's been doing pretty well. So I think that's a good option for right now. Just keep sticking with it. Just a little insect imitation. Is a pickerel. Left on the land, right at my feet. All right. Another species on the docket, folks. It's like a 12-inch pickerel. All right. Get a quick look at him. Like I said, probably 12 inches, maybe 13. Pretty little chain pickerel out here on the ultralight. Fun catch. He leapt right out of the water onto shore with me, so I guess he wanted to say hello, right? Let's get him out of here. Get a picture real quick of this guy. Gonna get you out of here, all right? All right, see, you're back in the water. You're back in the water. There you go. It's all right, Mr. Pickerel. It's all right. Cool. Species number 4 of the day. Like to see that. All right. Well, that was a promising first cast. I'm seeing a lot of little sunfish in here. As well. Decent bass. There we go, sunfish. Sunfish on, whatever it is. Oh, it's a bluegill, I think. Yeah, nicer bluegill. Okay, okay. It's turning out to be a pretty good spot, people. I'm just seeing so many fish and they're hitting the lures pretty aggressively. Pretty bluegill. Interesting colors on this one. Seeing some purple, almost like a violet color. Most of the sort of the orange and copper and green that you see on a lot of them is kind of gone in this fish. Kind of a different coloration. Another species that can vary quite a bit depending on which body of water you catch them out of. So let's get this guy back in the water after a quick photo. Interesting bluegill here. Interesting coloration. All right, bud. One last look at that bluegill, probably 6-incher. Not quite eating size. Well, he's probably 5.5, something like that. 2 casts in here and 2 fish. It seems like the cranking retrieve with this is doing better than just leaving it on the surface. Another bluegill. Thanks, little bluegill. Back you go. That's 3 casts in a row we've caught something, I think, right? I'm not sure, actually. Oh, bass came up and out of the depths and hit it right at the bank. Wow. This is my best performance so far with the Crickhopper, I have to say. Wow, that was really cool. It's a good bass too. This place is turning out to be a bit of a hidden gem, people. Ooh, stuck me a little bit. All right. Wow, pretty largemouth here. About 12 inches. This is just fun, people. Looking into 12-inch largemouth on the ultralight setup, that's fun. This Rebel Crickhopper is putting in work out here today. Beautiful largemouth bass from this pool in this creek river type area. Really pretty, kind of a unique spot compared to a lot of the rivers and creeks that I go to where there's so much vegetation around. And I think that's really making the Crickhopper a great option today. Get a picture of this guy and send him back. Beautiful bass. One last look at him. Thank you, fish. Appreciate you for hitting so aggressively at the bank like that. Awesome. Wow, I think we've discovered a great spot here, people. I mean, I was kind of just, you know, didn't really know what to expect, sort of thinking it might be dried up or, you know, not have a lot of fish or something like that, but It doesn't seem to be the case. It seems to have a lot of fish and doesn't seem to be getting a lot of pressure based on how aggressive some of these hits are that I've been getting. All right, people, so the bite has died down with the Crickhopper. That lure did do quite well, that little crankbait. 4 species on it, but they were just not responding to it anymore. You know, the fish were kind of just looking at it without hitting it. So I've tied on this little soft plastic here. This is a Bobby Garland baby shad, just a little 2-inch straight tail, really like a crappie lure for the most part, but got it on a 1/32 ounce jig head. Gonna start casting this around. Hopefully it won't get snagged right away, but seeing some little minnows here and there. So here's a fish. It's a bass, I think. Oh no, how did he get off? That was disappointing. Thought I had a pretty good hook set in him too. There we go. No, he broke us off. It was a pickerel. That was a nice pickerel, and he just slammed it. And 4-pound test. That was probably like a 14-inch fish, maybe. Working it fast. We were really working it aggressively. All right, people. So, you know, we got broken off by that pickerel. So I just tied on this little jig spinner setup, the EPF swim, 1-inch on a 1/32 ounce jig head. Let's see if this can get some bites. Just kind of looking for, you know, I just want to be able to catch all species right now. Definitely had a hit right there. There we go. Pickerel. He'll stay hooked. All right. Another chain pickerel here. About the same size as the other one, maybe not quite as big. There we go, people. Got a little chain pickerel. Not quite as big as that last one. Fun catch, though. Get a picture of this guy if he'll stay still long enough. Thank you for biting, bud. Oh, there's a fish. Another species. Can keep him hooked. It's a nice crappie. Can't count it though. Weren't able to touch him. Hit it kind of weird. Here, there's another one along this bank here. So after consulting the map, I've decided I'm going to head back downstream the direction I came and maybe kind of go in a different direction. I'm going to try to kind of fish my way back. Maybe we can pick up a couple more out of this steep hole right here, if we can keep from sinking. Might switch lures one more time. Might try a different hard bait. So we did do pretty well with. There's a fish. What is it? It's bluegill. Bluegill on the crappie slider. All right. That's not too bad of a bluegill. All right, I'll take that. Nice. Check them out, people. 6-incher, healthy fish, healthy bluegill out here. Get a quick picture and get them out of here. Another fish. All right, thank you, bluegill. Appreciate you, bud. Here's a fish. Pickerel took me in the weeds. Get out of there, buddy. He's probably gonna get off. He's hooked weird. Let's get this guy unhooked. Hold on, buddy. Hold on, we'll get you free. There we go. Another chain pickerel on the day, people. Hit it near the surface, gave a little explosive thrash there. It's pretty cool to watch. Probably 13-inch fish. Fun to catch on the ultralight. I'll say that much. Thanks, little guy. All right, see you, Mr. Pickerel. Great fight there, bud. All right, another fish. Let's check our line. He might have mangled us. Here we go. Oh, another species if we can keep him hooked. Stay hooked, buddy. Ah. Oh, wow, nice. Nice fish here. Haven't caught many of these this year. Wow, look at that. Red ear sunfish. Decent size, too. Probably 7 or 8 inches. Big tail on this fish, too. Big tail on this one. That's interesting. Look at the red coloration on the little gill flap there. That we call it the ear flap. It's not really their ears, but kind of looks like where their ear would be if they had an external ear. So beautiful. That's our 5th species. Very nice. Let's get a picture of this fish. Gorgeous fish here. I like this one. I really do. Let's get a picture. Red ear sunfish. Beautiful. Beautiful fish. Thank you for biting. Appreciate you. Nice. Very nice. Now this turned out to be a very worthwhile place to investigate. Here's a fish. Good fish. I think it's a bass. A nice bass. Wow. Fighter. Stay hooked, bud. Wow. Nice. Wow. That was a good hit. Oh, another one almost got hooked too. Wow, that would have been crazy. Oh, dude. Another one almost took it out of his mouth. If we'd gotten 2 and 1, that would have been insane on these tiny trebles. Another beautiful creek bass out of here, similar to some of the other ones that we've caught today. Nice. Man, this has been just an awesome spot. Had some good fights today, good variety as well. Outstanding, really, outstanding. Exceptional even. Wow, this has been a fun little creek adventure out here. A little creek fishing adventure. Very nice. Love to see it. Thank you, Mr. Bass. Appreciate you so much. Nice hit there. All right, people. I'm gonna go ahead and call it. We're starting to lose light out here, as you can see. But yeah, you know, we went out, explored a new spots, and just had a really good time, honestly, out here today. Fishing in this, I'm gonna call it a creek. I think it's the origins of a river, but I'm gonna call it a creek. It's a creek-like place. And yeah, caught 5 different species out here. Some good-sized fish, too. Some fairly good-sized fish. I mean, that was a nice red ear that we ran into. Some of those bass were pretty good. I think there were definitely some bigger pickerel that we missed or got bitten off by, and that's a shame. But when you're ultralight fishing and there are pickerel involved, you know, 4-pound test line, they can slice through that pretty easily if they really engulf the lure. So they're just gonna bite you off or get off sometimes. I'm surprised, honestly, that we were able to land as many fish as we did on, you know, with those little trebles today. Yeah, you know, the lure of the day was definitely the Rebel Crickhopper. It caught a bunch of different species. I think all the species that we caught today were on that. And of course, you know, we tried some other lures too, and they did work, or at least got bites. But this little, yeah, this little grasshopper imitation crankbait far and away was getting the most attention, you know, and it makes sense. You know, I do a lot of small river and creek fishing, but the character of this body of water, this system, this environment is noticeably different. I think you'll agree. All this stuff behind me holds lots of bugs and crickets and grasshoppers and other insects as well, and I think the fish were just keyed into that profile and keyed into those insects in here. So this could be a place to come back to, you know, late fall or maybe more likely early spring. A lot of just assaulted people by these mosquitoes. But subscribe to the channel. You already know what I'm about, what I do, and what's going down. You know, videos every week. So with that being said, thanks again for watching. Take it easy.